Hey, what's up guys? Alex here with a new video, and today I want to talk about the new Leica Looks available for the Leica Q3. If you're new to the channel, I am a portrait photographer based out of Orlando, Florida, and I was lucky enough to get my hands on the Leica Q3 on launch day. One of the exciting new features is the Leica Looks, which is essentially Leica's take on film simulations for the Leica Q3. As of right now, they're only available on the Q3, and Leica provides or gives you the option to download 5 of these Leica Looks. So for today's video, I want to go over what those 5 Leica Looks are, what they look like, and then my thoughts. So unlike Fuji, this is still the first iteration of Leica doing this. So the only way to get them is if you shoot JPEG in camera. You cannot apply them afterwards in Lightroom, and you have to save them as JPEG files. Secondly, you cannot tweak these looks whatsoever. So Leica does have its standard kind of film looks that the camera comes with, and their incredible black and white high contrast look, which I love for black and white JPEGs. Those you can tweak, but these new 5 specific Leica looks you can't. So what you see is what you get. But anyways, you get 5 of them as an option to download. So they don't come preloaded on the camera. You have to physically go on the Leica Photos app and download each look to the camera. But what are they? Let me pull them up and let's talk about them. So like I mentioned, there's 5. So the first one is Leica Classic. So Leica Classic is a look designed to bring an analog cinema look to digital photography. It is bright, has high contrast, and a greenish tint to achieve a unique look. This is the one I was most excited about, but we'll get to my thoughts in a second. The second color look you get is Leica Contemporary. So Leica Contemporary is a look that offers a natural and modern aesthetic. It features bright shadows, natural colors, and a subtle reddish tint, providing an authentic look. Spoiler alert, this is my favorite one. But as of right now, there's only 2 color looks. The other 3 are black and white modifications. So let's go over those. The first one being Leica Blue. Leica Blue is a look that produces a unique blue toned effect similar to cyanotype. The look creates a distinct and artistic feel, adding a touch of creativity. Personally, I'm not a big fan of these different takes on black and white. Like I mentioned, the black and white high contrast look that Leica provides is the best black and white look out of any camera in my opinion, and it's hard to not use that when you want to shoot black and white. But there's 2 more, so let's go ahead and look at those. You get Leica Selenium. So Leica Selenium is a look that produces a subtle brownish tint and soft contrast, reminiscent of the classic selenium tone black and white prints. And then finally, you get the Leica Sepia. Leica Sepia is a look that brings a vintage feel. It produces a classic brownish tone, replicating the look of old photographs and adding a touch of warmth. So those are the 5 Leica looks. I went ahead and took several pictures with all 5 Leica looks so you can see how they compare. So let me go ahead and roll that slideshow, and then we'll talk about my thoughts and opinions. All right, what do you think? So these looks are pretty intense. I wish there was an option to tone them down because Leica Classic has some cool things I like about it, but the Leica Classic look just absolutely destroys skin tones. You cannot use it on people, or at least in my opinion. It is not a pleasant look, and for someone who likes photographing people, it kind of kills it for me, but it has potential. But you could just tone it down, maybe adjust it a little bit. Like I mentioned earlier, Leica Contemporary is my favorite look because it doesn't kill the skin tones as much. In the description, it does say it does kind of highlight more on the reddish side, which is a good thing for skin tones, but it's still a little too intense for my taste. This is the one I like using the most, but again, when I'm photographing people, I just go back to the standard settings, and in the end, I'm shooting raw and I'm going to edit with my preset, so it doesn't really matter too much. The other three looks, like I mentioned, not really too into them. I love the black and white high contrast look, and there's no reason for me to kind of try the blue, selenium, or sepia. So for Leica's first attempt, it's okay. One thing to remember is this is their first iteration of it on the Q3. The last few years, Leica has proven to us that they release firmware updates. They listen to the user, and they're consistently improving the user experience. So I'm filming this video about a month and a half to 2 months after launch of the Q3. It could be very different in a year and a half. If Leica continues to add looks and adds the ability to tweak the looks in camera and also the ability to apply them to raw files in Lightroom the way Fujifilm does, I think they can really make a splash here. As of right now, it's kind of a half-baked attempt. But like I said, I'm feeling hopeful because their firmware updates in the last few years have been incredible, and I know they're listening to the users. I'm including all the photos down below for you to download so you can check them out yourself. In the comments down below, let me know what's your favorite look. Do you like any of them, or are they all a little too much for you? Let me know, let's have a discussion. And as always, guys, please like the video, please subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Have a good one, guys. Peace.